Thanks for joining us. I'm Marlin Bohling with you on a Tuesday, and it's that time of the week where we love to check in with Ben Hushon of the Mill in Whitehall, Maryland. He joins us right now. Boy, you guys have had a few rounds of kind of rough weather here recently, haven't you?
Good morning, Marlin. Yes, if you remember last Tuesday, I was showing you pictures of tractors hooked up with generators to their farmhouses. We don't have that happening this week, but it sure continues that pattern of changing weather, which is typical for March in Pennsylvania and Maryland. But one of our growers sent me last night pictures. Mike Kurek at Susquehanna Orchards was having some fertilizer, variable rate applied, where he's going to plant corn and soybeans, and that was just yesterday afternoon for any of the viewers. And, of course, I woke up this morning. We had a couple inches of snow, so I drove back out to the same farm to take a picture of what it looked like 12 hours later. So field work has again stopped for a few days in at least our part of the woods.
Well, now, judging by the photos, it doesn't look like the snow is all that deep. Do you think that'll halt things very long?
It won't hold us up too long, except the details of the local forecast they're giving us is 25 mile an hour winds the next couple of days, and maybe a little bit slower than that right through the end of the week. Another chance of some scattered snow tonight. So depending on what they're doing, again, this is heavy no-till in this part of the world, so they're looking to spread fertilizer and maybe get top dress some wheat, which all involves operations that need to be done without much wind. So there's things they can do, but certainly not maybe what they want to be doing. In March in Maryland, they want to spread fertilizer to get ready for April.
I know you had mentioned earlier before we came on the air, you had wanted to mention Clermont Elementary School. What's that?
Yeah, we did. So locally, Marlin, ag is the leading industry in Pennsylvania. And as typical today, most students do not make the connection between the agriculture right outside their window, right outside their house, and the food that's on their table. So Pennsylvania Farm Bureau started doing it probably 12 or more years ago, a mobile ag lab. And this particular last week in Solanco School District, all the elementary schools got a chance to come to one central place, a classroom at a time. These pictures that I sent in, again, for the viewers, third grade teacher from Clermont Elementary, part of Solanco School District, was excited, telling the story that I guess multiple classes a day, all the elementary schools got a chance to come through and experience the science of agriculture and how it relates to the food on the table, and many times the products that they use, simple things like crayons, etc., how they're made out of plant materials many times today instead of petroleum. So lots of excitement in elementary schools all around Pennsylvania, but last week it was local.
Ben, thanks for sharing. That's awesome, and kudos to everybody involved with that project. Appreciate it. Ben Hushon is with the Mill in Whitehall, Maryland. I need to update you on a couple of prices here on the grain side here. Let's take a look at where the corn and soybean and wheat trade is right now. On the corn prices in Chicago, we'll look at that May contract, and as it magically appears, we have the May now 2.5 higher at 393 1/4. On the soybean side here this morning, we have the May contract 6 3/4 higher at 1047 3/4. A bit of a rebound here today. And on the wheat, Chicago wheat on the May contract is now 5 higher at 495 3/4. Big gains in Kansas City too today, where we have the Kansas City May contract currently up 8.5 at 530 3/4. We'll pause for a break, and I'll run down all the latest trade activity on our livestock side when we come back right after these messages.